Yeah.
Speakers.
Calm yourself, Duan. Calm down.
My God.
Let's go.
For 2 years, I wondered what this would feel like. What would it feel like to see if Jamal Murray actually makes a difference in a goddamn series? My God, did he go off? Jamal Murray goes off as the Denver Nuggets destroy the Phoenix Suns. That score at the I just looked at it. I'm mad that the score looks like it was only merely an ass whooping. It doesn't look like a complete domination for what it absolutely was from Jamal Murray and the Denver Nuggets. So we're going to break it all down. We're presented as always by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Dev, you know what would have made tonight even better? If we would have made bets on the game and won money on it.
That would have made it fun. You know what?
What's that?
That's what happened. That is exactly what happened.
Let's get the win 125-107. We make money off of it because we predicted it. Like we've been predicting it for 2 years. Nuggets get the win, and it was unbelievable. I got the homies with me here, exhausted. I've never seen a man with a vibes overload until I look at D-line.
Bro, I thought my vibe receptors, it turns out, have been clogged and dirty, underutilized. Not really up for this. I need to go in for like a vibes tune-up.
I've got a little vibes tune-up.
But
tonight was a vibes tune-up.
You're right. I'm ready. I'm back. Let's go.
Back and better than ever, man. Unbelievable. And then, of course, superstar Dev.
Let's just bask in that. Let's just bask.
Yo, let's not even talk.
We felt it. We felt all of it, every piece of it. 2 years in the makings, and that's how you come out. That is how you come out. 1-0, baby.
Unbelievable. Denver Nuggets get the win as Jamal Murray goes for 34 points. Sounds like, dude, that was the loudest 34 points I've ever seen
in my entire life.
How did he not score 50 tonight?
It felt like it.
Yeah, that was like a spiritual 50.
That was a spiritual 50. 9 assists, by the way. He wasn't just scoring, 9 assists as well. And he just goes off, letting them know about it all along the way. You guys want a fast breakdown here? It's going to be fun to relive.
Yo, take your time, please.
Jamal Murray starts the game 3 of 3. You guys remember when nobody missed a shot for 5 minutes? Both teams just kept making shots, and you're like, oh, okay, this is exactly how we thought the series would go. But Murray, and I don't mean, now that I can say this now that we saw the game. I mean, did you see this, Dev? Murray had a look in his eye from the get-go tonight. Oh, yeah. Honest to God, it was just like, yo, Murray is locked in. Like, for real locked in.
From beyond the opening tip. They showed him walk out. Nothing about it was games. He was ready for business.
If this is Jamal Murray, my God, start the parade. Suns also making everything. I mean, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker unbothered in the early go of this game. They were really going off. Jokic off to a little bit of a rusty start, missing layups, he had 4 offensive rebound putbacks, missed every single one. And then he had another one with 3. I don't think I've ever seen him miss 2 of those in one game. Kevin Durant, absolutely unstoppable. Bruce Brown got 2 fouls. One of them, absolute bullshit. One thing I'll say about this game, Devin Booker really has learned from Chris Paul. Yes. Because that man lobbied the officials so hard in the first quarter.
Grifting.
And then picked up some real soft shit against Bruce Brown. So Bruce had to go to the bench, and it kind of threw things off a little bit. Monty used this challenge in the first quarter. It was smart, too. That was the only close part of the game. So it actually turned out he knew what he was doing. And it was successful. 33-21 Denver Nuggets. Second quarter, Michael Porter Jr. starts off with a 3, or with 3 great buckets. Do you guys remember? Drives to the lane, layup, sidestep 3, sidestep foul line jumper. It was huge. And then they put Ayton in. One of the interesting, tomorrow we'll talk more about some of these details, but one of the interesting details tonight, they staggered Ayton.
Yeah.
They tried to play Ayton against the bench. I thought very interesting, and it was disastrous because you still had KD on the court, you still had Booker on the court, and the Nuggets said, throw it to Ayton. Let him post up over and over again, and let's see what happens. And it turns out Nuggets bench made a great run. Jokic in second quarter, missing a lot of bunnies. KCP hit back-to-back threes that were huge, and the Suns scored just 19 points in the quarter. So guess what? Denver's up 68-51. When I say this game wasn't close, it wasn't close. They only got it to close to being close. You know what I mean? Like, they never got it close. They got on the doorstep of close a few times, but never close. Second half, very first part of the game in the third quarter, Suns score, offensive rebound, score, and one. Shoot a free throw, offensive rebound, score again. It was Michael Malone called a timeout 30 seconds into the half, and he was right to. Denver was not ready for some reason. Then Aaron Gordon picked up a third foul. Luckily, though, Jamal Murray sensed the moment. A little Murray flurry. He had a Murray flurry in the first.
Yes.
He had a Murray flurry in the third.
Yes.
And he had a Murray flurry in the fourth. And they were all needed. KD was unbothered in the third quarter. We're going to talk a lot about him because he was scoring at will. Then it got down to 12. Jokic, who had been terrible, he hit a huge three when it got down to 12. And it was huge because it gave a little bit more of a gap for the Nuggets in that third quarter. Then Christian Brown just kept stealing the ball. He had a bunch of steals in a row in that quarter. He didn't necessarily have a great game, but he had some big-time steals, including on Kevin Durant. Then the Suns got in the bonus with 3 minutes left. Ayton picked up his fourth foul. They put Jock Landale in, Eric. Can you believe Jock Landale, they said, go guard Nikola Jokic tonight?
I mean, they had to try something.
They did have to try something. And then Landry Shamet was in, and Murray was looking for him every time down.
Yes.
Murray, next game, I want Murray to go, where's Landry? Oh, there he is. Like, call it out. Make it even more obvious.
You want to go up against the guy that doesn't have a soul anymore.
He does not have a soul anymore. 94-81 Nuggets. We go to the fourth quarter. And then Bruce Brown, they put Damian Lee, because they're down so much they need some three-point shooting. And Bruce goes, really? You think I can't just drive to the lane and get bunnies against Damian Lee? He did it over and over again. Jamal Murray, another insane. His best, if I had to rank his flurries, quarter 1, 3, and 4, the fourth quarter was the best.
Dude, I love we have flurries to rank.
We really do have flurries to rank. The fourth quarter one was unbelievable because he also, what did he say, Devin, to the camera?
He said we were ready for this.
We were ready for this.
We were
ready for this, man. I'm telling you. And it was, at that point, he let it out because the game was over. But I love that he said that. That was a way of talking shit without talking shit, of saying, you guys really thought we were something we weren't.
Yep.
And we are ready to show you that we are not that. I can't wait for it. Then Chris Paul, feeling bad about how shitty he is as a person and as a player, runs right into Jamal Murray and gives a little extra sauce on that one and what could have been a dangerous play. I think Chris Paul is going to be known at the end of his career for a handful of things. He's an incredible point guard. He once became the head of the Players Association to get himself paid. He loses to Steph Curry every year of his career, and he does dirty fouls.
Yeah.
Those are the things I will remember most about him. He is a great point guard. I said that. I gave him that.
I think you would be remiss if you didn't mention his very healthy advertising career.
You're right, actually. Yeah. And he also does State Farm commercials in which he does not invite Deidre.
The greatest part about the reality of Chris Paul is that he's such a jerk, but then they have, like, he's a cute little lovable character on television.
Oh yeah, they have him playing that role in the commercials.
He's like, oh, what are we? And then he's out there. You're like, this guy's a menace.
He's like a monster of a person. And then Bruce, because the game was over, you're just like, are we going to get a cherry on top? Like, what are we going to get? Bruce Brown stole it from KD 2 times in a row, took it the other direction for dunks. Exclamation point. Suns throwing the towel with 5 damn minutes left in the game. That's how over this one was. Dev, I'm exhausted. I need a cigarette.
Oh, man.
Give me your big takeaway.
I have a double takeaway combined. One, if that is going to be the prime time performances that we get to see from the Nuggets, when they're not on NBA TV, when they're not on Spike or whatever else they want to put on, then sign me up. Sign me up. 2, that is a very, very incredible 2 players that they have over there in Phoenix. But they're going against a team right now.
I love this.
And
Turn it up.
That's so different. That is not what they have been seeing. This is what it looks like when you go against healthy teams when it matters. So turn me up, baby. Turn me up.
Let's go.
That really is, though, before you give your big takeaway, Eric, that really was like, look, Murray was the brightest star tonight, outshined even Kevin Durant. But at the same time, that's not why they won tonight, because KD and Booker were good. They won because they really were a team that every now and then would get a sick ISO, and Denver was a team that had a million different tricks in their bag.
Yeah, that's the big takeaway. Like, they have one guy. Like, I was expecting a masterclass from KD and Devin Booker, who I've been seeing just all of, like, oh, he's in his superstar phase. Devin Booker can't be stopped. Devin Booker can't be stopped, and he's playing the 5th starter for the Clippers. Like, the Nuggets, it was just wild. I mean, obviously, like you mentioned, this was Jamal Murray's night. This was the Jamal Murray masterpiece. This is exactly what we've been waiting for 2 years, 3 years. It was the sweetest thing I've ever tasted in my entire life. But the Nuggets just systematically dismantled that team. Like, there were guys that were hotter than maybe they normally are. Aaron Gordon from deep. KCP in the first half was hitting shots maybe with more regularity than you would expect. But, like, Jokic was not hot at all. Like, there were a lot of players that played under their capability in this game, and it was never close. Like, it was just an absolute I don't even know how to describe it. It was just like a team versus a guy.
Right.
And that's what that looks like. Obviously, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. It is the first game.
It only counts as one.
But reacting to this game, like, that's what that was, man. Like, I expect there to be some adjustments made by the Phoenix Suns, but I really don't know what they'll be.
Well, the biggest one is just, can Murray do this again? Which is why my big takeaway, yes, this is the Nuggets have a team and it's why they won. Murray tonight had 34 points and was only, quote unquote, only a plus 13 tonight. Because it wasn't just the minutes he was on the court. It was every iteration of the Nuggets had something in the tank, whereas the Suns very clearly have to play minutes where they're like uncomfortable in whatever it is that they are, what they're trying to do. But tonight, my big takeaway has to be Jamal Murray. Guys, we had so much pent-up energy about that series. It clearly scarred us from a couple years back. Clearly scarred us. By the way,
it's one of the only things we have that we constantly go back to.
It's the only one. Honestly, like every other series that they played, there's something where you're just kind of like, all right, interesting. As Giannis would say, a failure that taught us something about life. Or, and I mean that sincerely. I'm not clowning Giannis. But that one obviously mattered. And the question I always have is, do these guys care like we do? And all week it was no, no, no. Murray tonight made it clear. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. We were ready for this. We were ready for this moment. It's not just that it was against the Suns, not just that they did this to the Nuggets 2 years ago, but also just this idea that the Nuggets were climbing these steps in a process, and that process got paused. And everything that happened between then and this season has been like, whatever your takeaway is, throw it out.
Yeah.
Throw it out. Jamal Murray is not an all-star. But he is a superstar, especially in the playoffs. Now, we need the consistency. I need him to be this locked in. Whatever it is he did to be locked in tonight, and by the way, Harrison Wind, Ryan Green at the arena tonight, both of them sent, unprovoked, in the chat, you guys, Murray has this look on him tonight. They put the message out of Murray is walking around like he is a Terminator. And sure enough, so whatever it is that got him to this level of focus, that changes him from the 7th or 8th best guard in the West, whatever it is that he's kind of ranked at, to
Jimmy Butler status.
Just the guy that's like, no, Kevin Durant's on the floor, Murray's better. Booker's on the floor, Murray's better. I can't believe what I watched from Jamal. I can't believe it. But I'm so blown away and inspired by what I saw from Murray tonight.
The man wanted it. Wasn't
6
scared.
10 from 3.
Wasn't scared in the slightest. Was completely locked in. He is a warrior, man. He is. It's wild. It is so frustrating to follow Jamal Murray during the regular season because he is so up and down. But the common refrain, the thing we always go back to, this is a guy that just requires motivation, and he has motivation. He cares. Like, this man cares about this matchup. I love it because we care a lot. And the Nuggets rose to that level. They were internet petty level tonight, which was
my God.
So beautiful. You never get internet petty level from your team when you want them to perform on your behalf. But they were talking, they were clowning, they were unafraid, they were they were making shots that were demoralizing even more so than just adding points to the total. Like,
this is what you said, by the way, a demoralizing.
Yes.
I was like, something about Murray. When was this? Yesterday, where we asked like what we would take, and you were like, a demoralizing 3.
Yes.
Murray gave us 4, 5, 6 demoralizing.
That stretch in the second. I remember it was the third or the fourth quarter where
the fourth. It was the fourth.
Yeah,
the
dude.
sickest of them.
Just stepping into it. It was like, oh my God, dude! It was that Vince McMahon meme. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I swear I was just thinking that. But the funny thing is, like, D-Line, you call yourself the biggest Jamal guy around this time?
Official,
that's right.
the official Jamal guy.
But the thing is, everybody becomes a Jamal guy in the playoffs.
I was a Jamal guy before you guys were.
Because that guy just, he takes his game to another level when he's motivated, like you were just saying, when he feels like he has a reason. This is one that he truly did want. This is one that he went without, and he had to see his team, be demoralized. So now it's his turn, and he said it. We were ready for this. This is the moment that they came out with. He was locked in from the opening tip, and he also does not care who steps out on him. He's going to will himself to victory. He was tired in his game. He didn't care. He makes it, where he could get mismatches. He makes it where he's hunting those mismatches. He has some extra passes. He's bringing that flair. He's trash talking. He brings it. And he just doesn't care, man. He just gets there. Jamal is Honestly, Jamal is him in the playoffs. It really is. There's the argument of like bubble versus playoffs, and you want to see the consistency. I don't care as long as he continues to have those type of games. It doesn't matter.
Eric, there's like the thing that's great about sports, and you kind of forget it in the bad moments because it hurts so bad when your team loses. But
it does.
But Nuggets were up like 15 tonight in the fourth, and you just weren't ready to exhale. You were pumped, you were excited, but you weren't ready to let the air out until the ones you're talking about.
Yes.
Murray hit the daggers where you were like, all the weight lifts from you, and it's just like the most euphoric thing in the world where you're like, we are going to own these fools.
Yeah. We were talking early on, like, how could tonight be the best night of your life?
It's up there.
That game. That's how. This is the best night of my life. Like, I've had things happen to me that have been positive. My mother expressed love to me one time. That was a big day.
Remember the day you met me, though? Remember that day?
Yeah, I do. That was the best.
That was the best day ever, huh?
I mean, you bumped me a little bit. You got me a little thrown off. But to just watch the Nuggets win because of Jamal Murray and win in a way that was not close and win in a way that was just like, yo, here's the announcement. Like, you guys are a flawed team. We've been talking about this. You're a flawed team, and you're about to see them shown to you in bright, vivid color on
that's
TNT.
The best part.
Like, and this team is healthy. You're, for once, not going against a diminished team. This has been something that has been part of the Phoenix narrative. It's not their fault, but it's true. Like, they keep going up against, they keep finding themselves matched up against teams that are missing important players. Not this time.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, you know, over the next couple of days, people are going to tell you, they're going to say, don't get too high.
I'm going to say that.
They're
Don't
going
get
to
too
say,
high.
that was one game.
It was just one game.
But you know what? We don't listen to those people.
We ride- we surf
You're
the tsunami,
you're a
baby.
person that lives in the moment. You're a person that likes to feel. You like to feel. You have
Sports make us
emotions.
feel.
And when you have these emotions, when you're living in the moment, you just experience what Jamal Murray really did. And he really did take Denver to that level where the thing is, it's a rinse and repeat. He could do the same move. It's a dribble handoff, put him in ISO. He gets to either make the decision to pass it to Jokic, who's going to hit it, or, you know, make it tough. Or he's going to be able to hit the step-back shot. He's going to get to the rim. He's going to compete. He's going to battle every single time. That's a guy that you go to war for, that is, for now, the head of the snake. And the crazy part about it is everyone else around him played well as well. But if your guy, your point guard, your, you know, person is putting you in those type of situations, it's going to be tough for anyone to hold them back. If Denver plays like that, we're going to be marching down Koufax. We're going to start at the Capitol.
Calm down, Dev. Jesus.
He's on fire. Let him cook. You're, in all sincerity, man, Murray it's consistency. But that version of him does make Denver the championship favorites. We always say, like, you got Jokic and you have a part-time superstar, right? A part-time guy. If he plays like that, where he's not just good but great, I'm sorry. Who's stopping Denver? Can we pull up the stats, though, Kale? You got the Go-Gurt ready? Go ahead and bring that one up here as we look at this. You want to know my favorite? Look at this thing. 34 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, and then 6 of 10 from 3. Just 6 of 10. You want to know my favorite bucket, though, I think was? I'll have to go back and rank them all.
The one where he went in on Kevin Durant.
Yes, that's exactly it. He sees him coming, he looks over, and he goes, you know what I'm going to do? Reach way out here.
But even before that, he challenged Chris Paul, let's get there. Yeah, between the legs, gets there. He looks back like, all right, I see him. I'm going to make it. He makes it, then he lets him hear about it. And that's in game 1.
Unbelievable. That move looked illegal. Which brings us to Illegal Pete's.
What incredible. Just
absolutely incredible.
He has a segue right there.
Wow.
Man, he was the whole burrito tonight. Really, with buddies and beer.
That move was Bacchus.
Now, Illegal Pete's, you guys know that. They are my favorite restaurant in all of Denver. The queso, top in all of the state. You get a little burrito bowl, as I like to do. You know I don't like to eat the tortilla. Dude. But actually, you want to know what RG put me onto this last time I was there? I know, I can't believe it. a little potatoes in the bowl.
Oh, I like a potato.
A little potato. I don't like too much because I'm trying not to do too many carbs.
Sure.
Sprinkle
We all
a little
can see
potatoes in. Yeah, we can all see that. Little potato just adds this like delicious addition to it. Illegal Pete's, you guys know them, and if you don't know them, they got locations all around Denver. The best Colorado interpretation of the burrito.
Yeah.
Of the burrito. Really, what it is. And then what do they have at the end there when all your stuff
The
is
goddamn
separate?
stir.
They stir it up for you, man.
The greatest advent of burrito technology.
You have graduation parties coming up right now, and you're thinking, what am I going to do? Where am I going to get the food from? Great graduation party packs for you. So you can get a little party pack. People can make their own burritos, or you can order a bunch of burritos and just have them there. People can grab one. It's really good. Check them out. Illegal Pete's, locations all over Denver.
The way that I would recommend, just as an insider tip, best way to eat queso with Pete.
It's so true.
We've done it.
hilarious. So many great stories, most of which we can't repeat, actually. Like
even though they're taped and on the internet, we still can't repeat them.
We had some other great ones. Also want to tell you guys about Game Time. So this is a true story. I got a buddy visiting from Romania. He brought me this rakia right here. You see this? He brought me rakia from Romania, neighbors of Serbia, of course. And he says, he was looking for tickets to the Avs game last night. He's like, where do I buy tickets? I tell him the Game Time app. He had already priced. I can't remember where he had priced from. And I told him, check this app. He checks it, found a way better deal. Low fees, everything else. And he buys the ticket. He goes to, he's going to tomorrow's game. That's what it is. He bought Game 7. For Game 7's game. So he'll be there. He gets to catch the Nuggets tonight. Avs Sunday, Nuggets Monday. That's why you fly halfway across the world. But it all starts with the Game Time app. You guys can always find the link. If you're ever wondering where it is, you can just download the Game Time app. It's in the App Store. You can find it on any of the app stores. Or you can just click the link in the description of the show. But here's the key. Use promo code DNVR when you sign up. They got low prices, but they also have that feature where you can hit the button and say, hey, remind me if this goes down. I want to go to the Nuggets game too, but right now prices, I don't like it. Just send a reminder if anybody lowers their ticket. And sure enough, almost always right before tip-off, somebody looks at their thing and says, I'm not going to get the price I want. Let me lower it. Last-minute deals. Absolutely great. So check out the Game Time app. Don't forget, use promo code DNVR. Download the app from the App Store. Use promo code DNVR. All right. Let's talk about Nikola Jokic tonight, because there's more good things, but this is the one weird one. If I want to put the most positive spin on tonight's game, it really is just Denver protected home court.
Yeah.
Like, there is, we're riding the wave right now, guys, but we'll bring it back down here, obviously, tomorrow and as the show goes on. But Kevin Durant, 12 of 19 from the field tonight, goes for 29 points. That's good. Yeah. I would call this an A-minus KD game. Like, he can be better, there's no question, but this was by no means a bad game.
Yeah.
Devin Booker went 10 of 19. I would call this a B game from him. Yeah. It wasn't an A game. It wasn't a B+. It was a B game. He wasn't bad.
Yeah.
DeAndre Ayton was 7 of 11 tonight. 7 of 11. Yeah. I would call that an A+ game.
Oh,
he hit his floater. Great game. Guarded Jokic extremely well.
Let's see what we're doing here.
Wasn't even close, you guys. Wasn't even close. And yet, if I go to the other side, yes, Murray was hot. Yes, KCP was hot in the first half, although he finished 3 of 8, which is sort of normalized. Michael Porter, only 11 points. But I go to Jokic and I go, he was 9 of 21 tonight. He could not throw the ball into the basket.
No,
and I sit here and go, some things are going to regress for Denver. I don't think Jokic plays worse than that. I mean, maybe he'll have one game worse than that, but I would be surprised. And yet, he still made an impact. 19 rebounds, 24 points.
24 points, 19 rebounds. That was an impact, I think.
I mean, he obviously... I think this was a C game for Jokic, though, honestly.
Dude, the thing that is honestly the most notable for me is that this is 2 games in a row for... maybe 3 games in a row for Nikola Jokic, where it seems like evident that his wrist is bothering him. He is not finishing.
3 games ago, he had 43.
So I guess it was then 3. Well, it's 3 games in a row then, where he's just not finishing at the same rate that you expect him to.
The 43-point game? You thought he didn't finish?
Which? Well, like
game 4, they lost, but he had 43. His touch was great in that game.
Yeah, I'm talking about like I guess game 5 then is what I'm thinking about.
2 games.
Okay. All the same, the last 2 games we've seen Nikola Jokic play, he's been like very uncharacteristically off as far as he is concerned. Like, he has looked somewhat mortal when it comes to his floaters, his finishing, his touch. It's jarring, and then you look, but you're like, oh, but he's still absolutely dominated in so many ways. He absolutely still had his way. He absolutely altered the game. The game bent around him. But it is something to note. Like, it's weird. It's weird to watch Jokic not finish when he has these floaters. He got a few, but like, it was weird.
It was weird.
right now we're playing the game like of Brennan Vogt, doing the grades and things like that. And we talked about like Kevin Durant, 29 and 14, B- or A game. Devin Booker, probably a B. Ayton, A game. Those guys are minus 20, minus 21, minus 19. And we give Jokic a C on a game that he goes for 24 points, 19 rebounds. Like he really did what he wanted, I feel. Yes, he's missing bunnies. Yes, he doesn't have the same touch that he typically has. But he goes and he elevates his game on the rebounding. He finds a way to just not get exposed every single time. There's minutes in those times that, Chris Paul tries to find that. But this was a lot different from the last time out. He also, he's competing. He's working as hard as everyone out there. And it's not what we're used to. That's why it's, so low. But Jokic is not a guy that we're used to. He's so different that we have to judge him on this type of scale. Like he's made it so tough to look at him as a regular person, because everyone else, or not everyone else, but everywhere else, if you look at the stats, you're going to say monster game, complete game, dominated, plus 19?
Plus 19, yeah.
That's winning. But that's the best thing about it. You said that there can't be regression. Their best player is not playing A-plus games, and they're still winning in huge fashion.
Yeah,
they're blowing teams out. What about when he does turn it on?
I know.
What about when he does start hitting that? What about when his wrist doesn't hurt anymore?
Well,
so as long as you keep doing these small things and then getting them wins, I'm okay with that.
One of the things I really liked on first watch of this game was Jokic was getting the pocket passes to Jokic were open in key moments of this game. And I think when the starting lineups were out there, both teams were getting shots that you would draw up. You'd be like, what do I want? Kevin Durant, ISO, turnaround, shimmy, shake. But for Nuggets, it's Jokic on the short roll. And even though he missed a handful of bunnies, he was still getting very, very easy shots. And then I scroll up and I go over to DeAndre Ayton, who had 4 fouls tonight in 30 minutes. And most of those came in the second half. I think that Jokic did find something in okay, I can foul him out. And then the biggest thing is, they went to Bismack Biyombo for 6 minutes tonight. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. They would rather try out Jock Landale as a backup center, and maybe going forward, Jock Landale as a backup center than Bismack Biyombo. I look at that not as a sign of panic, but more of a sign of the Suns knowing that they're like, we really are so dependent on DeAndre Ayton. We're so dependent. And tonight, look, maybe it was the defense. I didn't think so. We've seen Jokic make those, but maybe it was the defense tonight that really did affect him with length or something of that nature. But either way, even with him making an impact, the Suns are just so vulnerable inside the paint.
Listen, call it like it is. The Suns gutted their team to get Kevin Durant. They absolutely took the heart and the middle strength from their squad. Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, the twins. We were saying this earlier in the preview. The Suns were constructed in such a way the last couple of years. They had perfect construction. They had balance. They had length on the wings. They had the ability to defend at the point of attack. And they gave all of that up for Kevin Durant, which you, in a lot of ways, can understand. But a night like tonight, when you go up against a team like the Denver Nuggets that can attack you in waves, different guys, KCP, Jamal Murray, Jokic, at some point, presumably will come in and do his thing. It just, and then you're reliant on DeAndre Ayton. You find yourself oh God, we have to put Jock Landale in. Or oh God, we got to rely on Bismack Biyombo. Oh God, we have to put Landry Shamet in.
Well, here's a crazy stat. First of all, DeAndre Ayton minus 21 tonight, which is kind of wild. So first of all, let's just call it like it is. They still lost those minutes with Ayton.
Yeah.
But second of all, Jokic had more offensive rebounds tonight than DeAndre Ayton had rebounds.
It's unreal.
Jokic tonight, I told you, coming into this game, offensive rebounding was the biggest advantage Denver has in this series. They don't have anybody that can handle it there. The fact that Denver grabbed 16 offensive rebounds in this game, 8 of them, of course, going to Jokic, is absolutely massive, and you felt it. You felt like they were getting second chance points and getting all these extra ones, and it was absolutely a big part of the difference of this game. Let's talk about KCP. Because while he did not have a very great impact, I didn't think, on Devin Booker. Thought he was okay. He was, I'm saying defensively, Booker still got to spots on him and did some things. He didn't get cooked. I'm just saying he didn't shut him down either. But when he hit the 3 threes in the first half, man, such a difference maker. Absolute difference maker, because his are the backbreaker ones.
Yeah, KCP, he opened up the door. He extended the lead and made it so that, the gravity was on him. They had to step out and try to slow him down. Also, he gained momentum at home. That's what you ask for. And then also with the KCP, in the second half, he didn't keep up that momentum. Guess what? Michael Malone made the decision to bench him, and he went with Bruce Brown. So now we see that adjustment. Get us there, and then we're going to get him home. They're not going to take KCP out of the lineup. They're not going to, overreact to him not making, knocking down shots. But he did what his job was, to knock down some threes and get going offensively, to compete with Devin Booker and make him work for things, and he did that. And then also when things were not going his way, he was benched. So I liked the positivity on both sides. Yes, you want him to be consistent. Yes, you want him to continue to hit shots. But KCP had a good game.
Yeah, man, and you look, the Devin Booker the last 4 games, against the Clippers, 26 points, 38 points, 45 points, 30 points, 47 points, which prompted Matt Moore to say that the Nuggets have no way to slow him down. He was slowed down. He wasn't. When you're talking
you're right.
When you're talking about guys you're talking about these top level talent in the NBA. There's a difference between, Kevin Durant going off for 40, Booker going off for 40, and Booker scoring in the 20s. You're never going to stop these guys, but they contained him, and they made life difficult. There were a lot of really challenging mid-ranges that, if you hit them, you tip your cap kind of thing, but they made him work for it. He and Christian Brown, there were a lot of guys that were committed to not allowing Devin Booker to join Kevin Durant and roast them. Kevin Durant, what are you going to do? Literally no one can contain him when he gets going. That mid-range shot, it's not only is he 7 feet tall, it's also a fadeaway. It's impossible to stop. If he's hitting it, he's going to hit it. But he didn't have anybody else to go along with him, and a lot of that had to do with KCP, Christian Brown. It was beautiful.
Yeah. Let's go quickly because we're going to have Vogt here in just a second, but let's go quickly. Aaron Gordon tonight did exactly what he was supposed to do. 23 points, 6 rebounds, bully ball inside, 3 for 4 from the three-point line, which was unbelievable. He was almost a game high. He was a plus 25, but 9 of 13 shooting. How do we grade him tonight? Oh, there's the thing right there.
Absolute A. I would give him an AA.
I'd give him... What?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm not as smart as you, Eric. I can't always...
I apologize. I'll slow it down.
Slow, man.
I'll slow it down.
That was really good. Yeah. You don't say anything else. You did it perfect.
No, really, that was an AA game. That was a monster game from him. He's knocking down threes. He's playing bully ball, and that's coming off of a series that was extremely, tough for him. They was just a lot bigger. This was who my X factor was, just because a lot's going to be asked for him. He's going to be tasked with trying to slow down Kevin Durant, which is tough for anybody to do. But on the other end, he made it where if you didn't put a guy on him that, could guard him, it didn't matter. He's knocking Devin Booker over at the rim. He's attacking the paint every time. He's knocking down the 3-ball. And he's just, showing that he's a guy that you have to guard. That's what makes him different. That's what makes, them so potent on offense. Everybody has it going, and then you add a guy that you didn't really plan for, you got it. And he's knocking down free throws.
Man, we talked about this leading up. They don't have an answer for Aaron Gordon. They just really don't. You saw Kevin Durant make several business decisions with regards to
500 likes.
Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon was able to just go in, grab rebounds in the middle of 4 Suns. Aaron Gordon was able to beast. Aaron Gordon was able to feast. He was able to ceased and geast.
He rose like yeast.
Yeah, he rose like yeast. I mean, bars on this. Bars! But that's going to happen all series, man. That's going to I don't know about the 3 3-pointers, but Aaron Gordon is going to absolutely destroy the Phoenix Suns from within. There's just nothing they can do. They're not strong enough.
Every single one of his threes tonight rose the spirits of the Ball Arena. They just hit the hardest tonight because it was, man, this would be nice. It was such a luxury, and he knocked them all down, 3 out of 4. He was huge tonight. He was up for the challenge. Guarding Kevin Durant, I thought he moved his feet well. Again, you don't really bother Kevin Durant.
You don't.
I actually thought, I'll have to go back and watch the tape, Christian Brown got cooked by KD a few times, but he also got steals on him.
Yeah.
And I've always said, with KD, if you just shadow him and let him shoot, he makes too many. That's not efficient. You have to challenge him. You have to force him to turn it over. How many turnovers did KD have tonight? I feel like he had some loud ones. He had 7 turnovers. KD had 7 turnovers tonight. I think 3 or 4 of those were from Christian Brown. I think 2 of them were from Bruce there at the end.
At the end, Kevin Durant's pocket got picked like 3 times in a row.
Which brings us to the last guy we have to talk about. Bruce Brown, 14 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 7 of 11, plus 21 in 25 minutes. Bruce is a maniac. He brings something to the Nuggets. He brings a lot of skills to the Nuggets, but he brings an attitude that only Jamal Murray also carries with him. Those 2 guys, it's almost like you need multiple guys with that.
Dude, he's a star. He's a star in his own right. You don't really see it with the characteristic, but when you're really watching him, he's trash talking. He's not backing down to anyone. That was the first time I felt in a series where Denver was the bullies.
Yeah.
Bruce Brown was a bully in that game where he's pushing around Devin Booker and he's daring him to say something. He rips Kevin Durant, dunks it, screams, gives him some words. And you usually see this in centers. You usually see this in, big guys that just, play defense the entire time. He's getting it going on offense and he's turning defense into offense. Also, this guy is guarding centers. He was that was a real matchup.
Yes.
That was what they decided. I thought it was switches, and I'm watching a little bit more of it.
Matched him up on Ayton.
He wanted to guard Ayton. That was a game plan where he's down there with them and he's holding his own the entire time. You don't see that with guards. You don't see that with these type of role players that can get it going on both offense and defense. And he's been the biggest surprise for the Nuggets right now.
Dude.
We've seen Jamal have monster games. We've seen Jokic do these type of things. Aaron Gordon, he's proved himself. And Bruce Brown has elevated his game, and also he's shown he's beyond those expectations.
Yep.
Whatever expectations you have for him, he's already over that.
I don't know if you've been on the timeline, D-line, clamoring for Bruce Brown. You know how it's that great feeling whenever Bruce Brown's on national TV, has a big game, and everyone's I knew the Mavericks should have signed him. I was telling everybody, what are the Magic doing letting him go? All right.
Yeah, man. Bruce Brown was just an absolute incredible signing by Calvin Booth. He is the perfect player for the playoffs. He has the exact right attitude. Right. He just he gets tough, angry buckets in times of need is what he's shown us over and over in these playoffs. When the bench is languishing, he's whatever, I'm going to the rim. Tough floater, makes it. All year, that was a 50-50 shot in the playoffs. That's in. He is so deeply unafraid, and Vogt so eloquently put it at one point in time, he's an asshole in the best way. He's just an asshole, which is beautiful. The Nuggets rarely have assholes. I love it, man. Jamal and Bruce, top
assholes.
The top assholes.
So nice when you have 2 assholes.
I love it, dude. Finally, the assholes.
I have one wish. It'd be to have 2 assholes. Can you imagine how great that would be?
We were gifted a new one.
I don't know if I would want that.
I don't know if I want that. Let me tell you guys real quick about Backus and Schenker. We got Vogt on the other side. The only guy we didn't talk about was Michael Porter, but I have a feeling that Vogt might bring him up.
Let him have it.
Backus and Schenker, you guys, they are the law firm that win for Colorado families. Who would you say was Backus and Schenker tonight? Jamal Murray Backus. Got him.
Yeah, I would say Jamal Murray was Backus and Jamal Murray was Schenker.
He was both of them tonight.
He was
a rare
man.
double Backus and Schenker. Unbelievable. Guys, helping those who are seriously injured in Colorado for more than 25 years. And here's the cool thing about Backus and Schenker. Not only do they win at an insanely high clip, but they don't charge you for the phone call. They don't charge you for the consultation. They don't charge you, it goes to court or whatever it is you have to do. They don't charge you, in fact, until they win you money. Until and unless they win you money. And guess what? They do that a lot. Backus and Schenker has won over $1 billion for their clients. Now they got even more locations all over Colorado, including neighborhood offices in Denver, Aurora, Inglewood, and Fort Collins. They have the strength and power to win your case. More than 30 lawyers on staff, as well as 100 different people on staff, all working to get you the money you deserve should you have been in a car accident. So don't forget, Backus and Schenker. And if you want to give them a call, it's very easy. 222-2222.
It was the first quarter of the Suns, and then not at all after that.
That is true. That was actually the first. That was the game log. It was 222-2222.
Nothing.
And then nothing else after that.
That's a banger.
That was a banger. Also want to tell you guys about Fubo TV. Here's the thing. 3 years we've been waiting for the Nuggets to be back on Comcast. Here's the thing. I don't care who you blame in this dispute. Just don't reward Comcast. If you've been with Comcast, get rid of them. They charge you way too much anyway. They don't carry the channels you want. But you know who does? Fubo TV.
Let's go.
They have an incredible package. It's very easy to use, easy to set up. In fact, if you want to order Fubo TV, you can do it right now on your phone. You're just going to order it like through the apps like that. Fubo TV is incredible. They have 140 plus live channels of sports, really sports heavy, by the way, in their channels.
Very sports heavy.
Shows, movies, news. You can stream live TV from any device. This really is the cable of the future because it's not one of these, you got to do this and you got to do that. Nope, it all comes together. No contract, no cable, no hassle. Just sign up and start watching. What do you have to lose? 1,000 hours of cloud DVD included at no extra charge. If you use 1,000 hours of cloud DVR,
it's a lot, man.
You need to get outside.
I think that would be every episode of Friends, every episode of.
Well, when you put it that way, it's reasonable.
Wire in there.
Yeah, you guys want to?
That's it.
You guys want to watch the CU Buffs? You guys want to watch the CU Buffs this fall?
This year I will.
That's the wrong question.
Well, you can get that. Do you guys want to watch the Nuggets and the Avs?
Absolutely.
Yes.
You guys, yeah, I mean, NFL draft is on here. It's not really pertinent anymore. Nonetheless, you could have watched it right there on Fubo TV. They got
It's
it
probably
everything.
DVR'd
Check
for
them
you.
out. It is DVR'd on 1,000 hours. FuboTV.com/DNVR. Use that link. FuboTV.com/DNVR. And remember, if you forget, just use the link in the description of the show. Sign up for 15% off your first month of Fubo Pro. Use that product. All right, we have Brendan Vogt, who's been waiting patiently from the arena to talk about Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, I know. If he only talks about Mike.
It's just like, Vogt, how was the game tonight? Was it fun?
Yeah, it was really fun. I'm extremely jealous to not be on that winner's lounge with you guys. Probably as jealous as I've ever been about missing a winner's lounge. But I will say it was pretty awesome to see the crowd and the atmosphere here. It was definitely what you were expecting, what you might be picturing. Nuggets fans understood what this game was, understood the opportunity at hand, and did not miss a single run, a single moment. At least in the second half I was here, the crowd was as good as the team. This is, I tweeted it from the account, but it's like, win or lose, man, like this is it. This is what we've waited for, and that was in the air tonight.
What was the loudest? Was there a moment that you think the crowd most just like let go?
Well, for some reason, Christian Brown got a standing ovation after that steal, and then he had that foul at the rim. And I don't know if Harrison Wind started it or what, but it was the loudest. It was so weird. Harrison and I looked at each other and just started laughing. It was as loud as it got. Jamal standing in the crowd, pumping everyone up after that three. And Nuggets fans also knew how to react to the Chris Paul foul, which there was a lot of booing and then a lot of cheering in the subsequent minutes. So great crowd, several different crescendos, but it was they were ready to go, man. Playoff crowd.
I guess in the locker room.
All right, Michael Malone. I would say pretty neutral mood, calm mood. I think he was proud of the effort, but it's one game, as they know. And so Michael Malone had this to say. For us to start the series 1-0 at home, to beat a team like that, it's not just offense, it's not just defense. It is every aspect of the game. Offense, defense, rebounding, 3 points, takes and makes. Obviously, the math battle went in Denver's favor. Adam, that is an extremely distracting, just sort of general kind of... but as you were. So it's not just offense or defense. It was every aspect of it. He then said, I felt Eric Gordon was phenomenal, which is true on both ends. Yeah, that's better. Thanks, boss. Just listen to me, you know? He said he was phenomenal on both ends of the floor. And Jokic the rebounding was insane. And then Jamal continues to add to the legend of playoff Jamal Murray. Malone then asked, if someone didn't know about Jamal, if someone hadn't been paying attention, and they caught it tonight, what did they learn? And Malone said that he's a bad man. Jamal Murray lives for this. Last 2 years, it's tough not having him when he's healthy, when he's locked and loaded. We know what he's capable of. Was this a revenge game for Malone? No, he can't speak for their guys. The teams are different. I don't know. It seemed like a revenge game for Jamal Murray, but for Michael Malone, it was not. We weren't perfect tonight. Malone admitted we gave up 60 in the paint, but I do like watching film after a win a hell of a lot more than after a loss. Asked about the transition success, he said, hey, that's who we are. It's a huge point of emphasis coming into this season. We want to be an elite running team. He brought up this stat again, 17 fast break points per game in the regular season, 17.2 fast break points per game in round one. That's who we are. No matter who we play, that's us. You might have noticed Malone had his starters in after the Suns waved the white flag. Malone, did he think about sitting them, he was asked. Hell no, he said. Over 5 minutes left in the game, a couple of threes, that's all it takes. I'm going to get it to the 3-minute mark, and I'm going to take them out. If you guys want to criticize me for that, if you want to kill me for that, put a target on my head. On the 1 seed Nuggets,
started that sentence not knowing where to finish it. Like, if you guys want to criticize me, then put a target on my head? Like, what? That doesn't make sense.
Just kill me. Just murder me. Just murder me in my sleep. I think it'd be really funny if Wind writes a hit piece about it tomorrow, but I digress. On the seeding and the Nuggets being the underdog in this series, which I don't know if you guys have seen, that's already flipped on DraftKings Sportsbook. He said, I told our players, hey man, no one's picking us to win. Go out and enjoy it. The pressure's on them. Have fun with this. What an opportunity to beat the favorite in the West. I'd like to take this opportunity to point out that they did that already once before with the Clippers in the bubble. They have that opportunity in front of them again. AG hitting those threes, it's just another weapon, Malone said. Obviously, you got guys like Jamal shooting at a high clip, Michael, KCP. When you add a fourth shooter to the mix, the court is just so spread and wide open. 125 points, only 10 turnovers. So many things went well offensively. He really liked the fact that they guarded them for the most part. Those guys hit some tough shots, but he felt like they were physical guarding them, physical rebounding, and even offensively, to generate the looks we did tonight, he said, you've got to set good screens. You've got to get people open. The Nuggets did that tonight. They were blitzing the pick and roll, getting the big up to the level, trying to get the ball out of their hands, rotating behind that. And Malone said, yeah, you just can't let those guys walk into those mid-rangers. That's what they want to do. So they'd rather put the pressure on the back end of the defense to rotate, but don't let them just walk into that. You can't really play down, he said. You can't really drop on those guys. They're just deadly mid-range shooters. Oh, that timeout in the third that he took, what was the message? Let's get our shit together. We think we're up 17 and we're good. It was just a quick timeout to say that it changes fast. This is a good team. Don't give them life. And finally, the rebounding. Well, this is Malone's biggest point these days. When we out-rebound our opponent, the win percentage is near 80%, and it's 5-0 so far in the playoffs. And yes, he said that is something that they succeeded in tonight that he thinks that they should and could be able to replicate in all of these games going forward. Jamal Murray spoke with the media. Last time we spoke with Jamal Murray, he was in a tremendous mood. Today, he was in a competitive mood. Jamal, I think, will often generate doubt, generate motivation in his head, I think, with us, the media. He'll sort of use us as critics, even when we're lauding him. I'm happy to play that role, but that was definitely his mood tonight. And that's this is just my read before I get into his quotes. When we talk about, did Jamal know it was the Suns? Is this a revenge series? I don't know, man. All the way through his presser, that guy was practically frothing at the mouth. I think it was a very emotional night for Jamal Murray. But let's get into the quotes. Was it an emphasis on three-point shooting to take as many as they did? No, Jamal said. That's just Nuggets basketball. It's just what we do. Nothing special. Making reads. He thought they did a good job of being physical, doing the right thing. Those guys are going to hit shots. They're going to hit tough shots. That is what it is. You just got to make it hard for them. I asked him about that Chris Paul hard foul. Jamal gave him a little point and a laugh on the court. And I said, Chris will do that stuff. Is it something you're aware of? Is part of the battle with him not letting him get in your head? And Jamal laughed. It's the other way around, man. If he's doing that, we're doing something right. I'm not going to worry about the antics.
Let's go. Yes, sir.
I loved that answer.
I loved
that
it.
answer. I'm just going to make another read. His quotes are what they are. I'm just going to make another read. I think it bothered him. Onwards. What did it tell the team to come out and win a game the way they did against that team in game one? This is where Jamal Murray got really prickly. It says something to y'all. It doesn't say something to us. This is who we've been all season. Went on a bit of a tangent, and he said, I'm tired of coming up here and defending us. This is who we are. Same thing, when asked about his individual performance, he said, hey, man, I'm just playing basketball. I'm just doing what I do. On the and one reverse finish with all of the English in the world on it. He said, yeah, I watched a lot of Michael Jordan coming up, watched a lot of his highlights. You go out there, you try to do all of that stuff on the concrete and the double rim. When you get out here on the single rim, it's a lot easier. Aaron Gordon guarding Kevin Durant, he said he's doing great and he wants that matchup. He's doing a great job. KD is hitting some tough shots. Go look at the film. They were tough. But AG's been huge for us in both series, guarding Kat and now KD. Finally, on his big shot, pumping up the crowd, walking halfway into the crowd. Those moments, you dream of it as a kid. You live for those moments, and I've been waiting. Felt good to feel it and have the crowd right behind me, to turn around and see the team right behind me. We also heard from Bruce Brown. It was the all-prickly team tonight. Bruce Brown that guy's such a competitor, man. I don't know if he ever turns it off. He won the Defensive Player of the Game chain. On his mindset about guarding Book, he said, I really was just trying to know his tendencies. He likes to go left. He likes to get to the midi. He's going to hit some physical shots, but you just got to be there. You be physical. He was asked about running, and if that's, again, a point of emphasis given Phoenix's age and minutes, and he said, that's when we're at our best, when we're out in transition. No emphasis on the extra threes. That's just the way they were playing tonight. And on KD, he said, we were just physical. He's going to get to his spot and raise up. Really, you've just got to be physical with him. Finally, did he enjoy guarding the bigs? No, he said, they're huge. Jock Landale sealed me, and there was absolutely nothing I could do. I don't enjoy it, but I'll do what I'm asked to do.
I love it, man. I love it.
Fellas.
Vote vibes immaculate.
Vibes are immaculate, guys. Can't ask for a better start than that. Let's
Just
get game two going. Let's get it
say
going.
one thing about MPJ, though, real quick on your way out.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, great job giving him the rock in the second quarter. My only note going forward, give him the rock more. What are we doing? I actually thought his defense was really good in this game. That stop on Devin Booker, they tried that. They ended up hitting a KD 3, but Chris Paul got the Michael Porter switch. He went after him. I told you guys about that. The snaking mid-ranger. That's Mike's best area defensively. Contested it, forced him out of the shot, forced him past. Mike was great defensively tonight. I think he'll be great again in game 2. They just got to get him more shots. But fellas, when you win by 25 points, there's not much to complain about.
Not much at all. Get home
Let's
safe.
go,
Vote.
let's
Don't
go.
Vogt was
wait till you get home to party, man.
He was incredible tonight.
Vote was Murray
fellas.
tonight. Vote was Murray tonight. Let's take a break on the other side. Super chats, but first, want to tell you guys about.
Your vote was KD tonight. He had 40 minutes.
Want to tell you guys about Pins and Aces. It's golf season, everybody. You guys know Pins and Aces is the official golf apparel partner of ALLCITY and DNVR. We love our Pins and Aces gear.
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually just got my first gear.
Did you?
A t-shirt.
Okay.
And the liquor stick.
Okay.
Where you put liquor, it looks like a golf club.
No
You
two
put it in
items
there.
sum you up better.
I'm telling you, man.
T-shirt,
Cool.
a liquor stick.
Get tons of compliments on it. Our guy, Spence, our events manager, also our golf pro here, that's exclusively what he wears is Pins and Aces. And there might be some cool partnerships coming up in the future. You never know. Check them out, pinsandaces.com. Use promo code DNVR and receive 15% off your first order and get free shipping. That's pinsandaces.com. All right, let's get to some super chats. Actually, first, Bogdan, who's been on the show, I believe, before, comes in from Romania, the biggest Denver Nuggets fan in all of Romania. Romania, obviously adjacent to Serbia. They have a rakia or plum brandy. He brought us some here made from Quince. But look at this.
Quince.
First of all, it comes in, we've been to Serbia. We know what real rakia is.
Yeah, dude.
It comes in some random bottle with tape on it.
Yeah, it has no packaging at all.
No
It's just-
packaging at all.
Well, it did formerly have packaging. It was just for a
had-
different product.
Just had- yeah,
Right. A reused bottle of something. But I got to tell you, this is the first rakia, the first one that smells great.
I mean, it smells like rakia.
Smells great to me. So we're going to get one. Super producer Kale behind the mic. Everybody, game one.
Shivali.
Shivali.
Oh, whoa.
D-line was right.
Whoa.
D-line was right. That was rough.
Holy smokes. That thing kicked like a goddamn mule.
It doesn't. It
Hey,
doesn't.
we loved it. Bogdan, we loved it.
Oh yeah, it's so good. It doesn't taste like it smells.
Holy
It smells good.
yo.
It smells really good.
I just got punched in the liquor stick, dude.
Whoa, I still got a lot left.
You do
You
have
didn't-
Sip it while we go to Super Chats here. I'm told we have a lot. How many do we got? You want me to read them? Or you want to read them?
We can do shifts. Go ahead.
Connor tells me, he says, I forgot how much fun the Nuggets are to watch when they defend. All the Nuggets are good. All the Nuggets can defend.
Yes.
LFG, 11 more wins to the promised land. Speaking of which, do we have our steps to update?
Yeah, brother. It's
Kale, let's incomplete visions. Oh, we have a new color.
Yeah. Kale just had a Rakia shot, by the way. That explains that gap. Yeah, dude. The steps are increasing in intensity as we rise.
Wow, yellow. Now we got a little Flatirons red. All right, a little step, a little bit closer. All right, what else we got here?
Oh my God, I have another sip.
Elusive says, LFG shooting 7 of 23 from 3 in the year 2023 is a cardinal sin for any team, let alone one with Devin Booker and Steph Curry's backpack. It's so true. Oh man, that's a KD, little KD slander, which I approve. I approve of that.
No,
tonight, but I like to slander.
Tonight is for slander.
Tonight's for
the homies and for slander.
What else we got? We have one from Flo from France, the homie from France. 5 a.m. and don't want to go to sleep. This moment was long time due. So glad you were there to help us go through purgatory.
We're not through it yet, brother. Flo? We're not through it yet, but yes.
Much love.
Yes, we were Dante.
Hey, Flo's one of the ones we know has been there for a while. He's been there for a while. Andre says, Jokic playoff performance guarding the pick and roll the last 2 years is an all-time long-form rope, a dope in professional sports. Andy Kaufman-esque, Nugs chip incoming. I sometimes do wonder this. Even today when Jokic was missing all those bunnies, I was like, it'd be funny if he was just like, ha, kidding.
Cut. He just rips the brace off his wrist and is like just full Larry Bird.
The longest con of all time. Trevor says that 2021 series literally doesn't count. We saw validation of that tonight. Nugs in 6, LFG. Let's go, baby.
Our people are feeling it.
Nugs in 4, stink face Murray. Suns have no chance. I love it.
Listen,
you know what? Why not?
We'll allow it tonight. We'll allow it tonight.
Yeah, we'll allow it tonight. 555 says, I wonder if the city in dry, hot, miserable, lame desert thinks that Jamal Murray wouldn't have mattered. All the Nuggets are good. I'll let the graphic do the job for me, LFG.
Let's go.
There you go. It is so true. That city does suck. That was a great point he brought up. $10 from Andre says, poem title, compared to Murray. Poem. Compared to Murray, Booker is a
blushing bride.
A blushing bride. There
Birdie.
you go.
Bride.
We don't know.
Okay,
Gordon says 70 piece from Gordon. It's a damn 70 Canadian. It is damn good to be a fan of the Denver Nuggets.
That is the first time in history where that has been an undeniable fact.
That's so true.
You could have said that all throughout history and you would have been a fool. Right now, unimpugnable.
Nelson says Aaron Gordon is a grown-ass man. It's so true. $10 to tell us that. And it's true. He really does play so good. Man, he almost had a dunk today, a power-up. They fouled him. It would have been the sweetest power-through dunk and one if we could have got it.
2 people in the way.
2 of them, man. This one's 1,000 from David. He says, another great game. Thanks for your post-game coverage.
Let's go.
You're
Let's
welcome.
go. You're
Thanks for hanging out
welcome.
with us. Big Honey says, what I learned today is that Jamal Murray does indeed make a difference versus the Phoenix Suns. S-O-N-S. I'm all right with it.
All right,
with
for tonight only. Slow your roll.
Says Bruce really good at guarding bigs on a switch.
It's so true.
He plays
and not even on a switch, dude.
Sometimes just matched up in transition.
Just matched up.
What else we got? Keep these coming. J-Rock tells us heavy chance of continued Murray flurries.
I love it.
Look, man, it's the biggest thing, man. It's the biggest thing, not just in this series, but forevermore. Murray. Find a way to do this again. Replicate it. We've seen
Just
peaks.
be this guy.
Just be this guy. He has it in him.
Just be better than Prime Jordan. Why
Just
is that
better.
too much to ask?
He acts like we're asking a lot here. It's just Jordan says, let's stop calling this bubble Murray performances. We have. This is playoff Jamal. Trust me, we have. Also, why is Shamet playing? Thought he was murdered on Christmas.
Well, he was able to exhume his soul. He dug it up underneath the ball arena, and then it put, like Peter Pan, he sewed it to his, like the shadow, just sewed his soul to his feet. Didn't work.
If you collect all of the Dragon Balls, you could bring someone back. I've seen them do this before. So they brought him back.
It's actually
to be murdered again.
We should be, as a race, should be amazed that he played again. They brought him back from the dead, dude.
They really did. I will say this. Landry Shamet, they tried out tonight. Jock Landale, they tried out tonight. This is a team that already knows that they don't have the depth. They already know it.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'll bet you in the next game, Wainwright's going to get it. Damian Lee played tonight. It was one of my things that I kept saying, if I were them, I might try out Damian Lee just to see. They're already. This would be akin to Denver trying out Vlatko Čančar, Zeke Naji, and Reggie Jackson. It would be akin to that. And if Denver did that in game 1 and lost by 20, you'd probably be like, man, I'm not sure if we have the pieces for this.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got? Tommy says, give AG and BB their flowers. They have turned up these playoffs. Needed IV nutrition of funky music.
Yes.
We should get them to get to, how can we get the funky music right in the veins? Yoke MVP, Vibes, LFG, Nugs and 5, air horns.
I love it. Just at the end, when you get so hyped up on a super chat, you just start typing phrases.
Just type, baby. Brandon tells us, he says, hey guys, love the show, go Nugs. Popped over to PHNX a while ago and noticed their stuff looks very similar aesthetic-wise. Why is that? Nuggets and 6.
Can I tell you why? I designed it. They're our company.
They are our company. Guys, DNVR, we're copying ourselves and putting it
We're
everywhere else. And by the
replicating.
way, like, we make fun of those guys a lot. This is a grind, man.
They are legitimately our homies.
What we have to do, like at this company to stay afloat. There's not a lot of media companies that last more than 3 months. There's really not
during COVID.
During COVID and all that stuff, like those guys, I hate them.
Yeah,
but I also like respect the hell out of how hard they work because they work their ass off.
There is the sports world where I wish nothing but the worst for them every single day, and then there's the real world where those are our goddamn homies.
Those are our homies, man. They work. They want it. Chicken says, my name is Gerald Flanagan. I live in Australia, Brisbane again. All right, I gotta do this. My name is Gerald Flanagan. I live in Australia, Brisbane again. You jokers a god. CP3 is a sod. Let's go, Jamal. Finish them.
Oh man, that's LeBron James type of statuses.
Bars. Drop it.
Andy Boley, not to be in phrase with Andy Bailey, but Andy Boley says, I started getting emotional during Jamal's insane third quarter. Take my money.
I felt the same way, dude.
I swear to God, man. I'm telling you, I felt the same. It was that much. Jacob says, where is the Suns in 4 energy now? Now they see what it feels like to play a healthy team in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'd slow your roll a little bit, but you're totally goddamn right.
No, he's right. Not Suns in 4.
It can't be. It's
literally not Suns in 4. Literally not Suns in 4.
It's a little different this time. Drew says, I'll be at Game 3 deep in enemy territory. My goal is to get kicked out for being a general nuisance. The Suns are little boys to AG in the paint. Murray is a god. Nugs in 4. Murray revenge tour.
Let's go.
Blair says, this is a Moach appreciator super chat.
Yes.
What a great job, Blair.
Man. This
Guys were locked in, but Moach made a few adjustments and small tweaks through the game. Deserves some flowers.
He honestly did. This was like the most adjustments I've seen in a long time.
And there is no more embattled coach in Denver, I would say, than Coach Malone.
You think?
I would think because he's been...
Well, Sean Payton literally hasn't started.
Sean Payton hasn't started. Bud Black, nobody cares.
Coach Prime is just cool.
Coach Malone, like there's morons in this town. They call him Teflon Mike and say that he's doesn't get any criticism. He gets criticism all the time. And like when we talked about this before, I was the only one that was incensed that he came in like 5th in Coach of the Year. Coach Malone, like this team is a product of Coach Malone's locker room. It really is. Like he either sets the tone or he allows the players the room and the. Like, not everybody can do that. It needs to be recognized. Mike Malone has done a fantastic job with the Denver Nuggets.
I think he's on a heater, too. When Murray says we were ready for this or whatever,
yes.
I mean, he's obviously talking about the team individually, mentally, players ready for it. But I'm telling you, Malone all week has had this calm about him, and I just really think he's like, we've crossed the line. Like, we're ready. Everything we've been putting in place is now in place, and we're ready for this one. So I'm with you, Eric. He's having a great playoffs. Damir says, Jamal said one of the most frustrating things about his layoff was seeing other guys overtake him. We know who he meant, Book, and he's showing it. I'll be honest with you.
Yup.
He could have meant Jalen Brunson.
Yup.
He could have meant
Jason Tatum.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He could have meant
Jock Landale,
maybe Darius Garland and some people, Donovan Mitchell. Like, there's a lot of guys that I think people just had LaMelo Ball.
So
Murray tonight, and I said Murray outplaying Booker in this series would be a career changer for him. Not a game changer, a career changer for him.
Keep it
One
going.
down. 3 to go. Josh from Down Under says, my man, the Maple Mamba. I love this one, by the way. Also, he put name planet on the end. A little weird. I will say this. The Maple Mamba, remember they used to call him Maple Curry? Maple Mamba way better. I think he's so much more Kobe than he is Steph.
Yeah, because he's a dick.
You're not wrong.
That's the eggplant should be there.
He is a dick. Kato super chatted $2 to say Browntown. I'll say
Browntown.
it. You super chatted, I'll say it. S2, the homie, says, I remember how Murray looked on the bench when we lost in 4. He didn't forget that series. He's ready. Also, Porter Jr. pissed a third about touches.
Pissed in third.
Oh, pissed in third about touches. Eye emojis. Look, man.
He's a competitor.
He's a competitor, and he's
also been listening to Brendan Vogt.
How clutch was he, too, man,
Get
in
Mike
his
the
little
Rock.
stretch? Get him the rock, man. Mitch says, PHNX post-game talking about being down 3-0 already. That's a real turn from...
We've been there. We've been there.
But that's a good
I'll
setup.
say that. We've
'cause
been
it's
there.
like,
We've been there.
If you get a win, you're like, we're doing better than I thought we were.
No,
Bro,
we've been there. We've been there.
It is true. This is my take is officially this is only one game, but here's the thing. You don't win more dominant than that.
Nope.
Yeah. That was an absolute
No, we talked about
punch.
how could this be the best night of our lives, which again, I've already said it is the best night of my life, and it was just showing that the two teams don't stack up.
Can you imagine if we would have lost that way? Oh,
Yes, we've done it.
We'd be talking about being
well,
down
no.
0-3. We would talk about that.
We would talk about it not having our guys because it was true. That was their guys.
We don't have our guys. Christopher
I'm just telling
Walken.
you guys. We gotta.
Where's our
Where's
guys?
our guys? Portland DNVR fam watching parties at Broadway Grill.
Hell yeah, Portland DNVR fam.
Hey, hit us up,
Broadway
man. We'll
Grill.
promote your
Yeah, we
hangout.
will absolutely
hang it,
help
man.
you promote that, my guy.
Nico says, Joker's Jello wrists have always been his superpower. The right one is taped up. Seems to be messing up his touch. I have not seen him miss this much.
No one has. No one has.
This is the bad
and the
thing
Nuggets
about
won by 20.
I know, this is the bad thing though about Jokic having a bad game 2 games in a row is like the most logical explanation is that his wrist really fucking hurts.
Yeah.
Or maybe it is. I like his theory though. It's the tape.
I actually think that that's true because it's restricting motion. That's the whole idea. Is like you want to restrict
Yeah, you're
motion.
right. It stops. Like So maybe it's just hey, suffer through the pain. LeBron does this every year where like his body looks broken down. He takes a quick vacation. And then he comes back and he's like
life.
super. He's like, is it Captain America who has a thing and then it like he becomes strong?
Yeah.
He is like that.
The Black Panther.
Does Nuggets not know the number to that guy?
No.
Can they not go to the Nikola Jokic of wrists?
No.
You gotta find the Nikola Jokic of wrists.
That guy's not around.
Nuggets. David says Nuggets starting 5 cannot be guarded. Mismatches everywhere you look. Also, hi everyone. I hope we're having a good time.
Hello,
Very
everybody.
cordial. Sounds
Me too.
Canadian.
Well, hi right back if you mean me as well.
Clay Kills First says, Blarick, come to the watch party. Nuggets and 4.
I'll be there, dude. Send me a growler,
Blarick.
dude. Send me a growler.
No, he didn't say Eric. He said Blarick.
I misheard.
Yeah, you misheard. He's looking for Blarick
Me
wherever
and
he
Cliff
might be.
Paul will be there.
Donnie says, Nuggets defense is how they'll win the series. Let KD and Booker go one-on-one with solid defense below the three-point line and don't help leaving shooters open. 14 steals. Lock their three-point shot down. Real talk here, by the way. This is a great super chat, Donnie. The thing about the Suns is they like to do the things that they do well. They like to get to that mid-range isolation. Denver, all game, if we were watching the watch-along, which, by the way, was a lot of fun, when they win like this, it's so fun to be on the watch-along. But all game, I kept saying, run them off the line, like top block them, force them in, and then just let them shoot these mid-rangers. And when the game started, Kevin Durant didn't miss. Devin Booker didn't miss. But when you're down 17, there's something in your mind that knows we're not going to catch up with these. It takes way too long. And they started hesitating.
The only way 2-2-2-2-2 is going to bring us back is if we call back as Zinchenko.
Everything's a capital. It's going to be hard. Head into the DNVR bar for the first time tonight.
Let's go.
Small side note, will 100% be coming back. And no doubt, it is absolutely the place to be. The series is going to drop a lot of jaws and in a great way. Let's freaking go. Hell yeah, come to the DNVR
Dude,
bar.
nothing makes me happier than when somebody besides us says it.
That's so
it's
true.
cool.
No, really, if you come into this type of atmosphere in a playoff game, it's wild. It truly is an experience. There's so many people putting their cameras up because they don't get to experience that. It's like being at the game And you get to watch it on TVs with other people that are like-minded. And also, it's better than being at the game because you get to high-five. You get to, touch the people that you're around instead of a guy that's on the other side of the arena.
It's so true, man. It was a love fest in here. The vibes were so good. Everybody was like,
dude, not even one person told me to F off. First time ever.
I did.
Oh, man.
Mark says, I live in Phoenix. Flew up for games 1 and 2. Stopped by the bar after the game to meet you all. What a feeling. Let's freaking go. Love you guys. F the Suns. Absolutely. Is that somebody from here? That might be somebody from around here. Walter says, Walter Worthy, the homie, super chat, 10 bones. He says, self-admitted Malone hater who went through successful conversion therapy after a timeout replay speech. All Nuggets are good, LFG.
Let's go.
What a great super chat.
Now listen, no one is right all the time.
Nobody's right all the time. It's so true.
Sometimes you're wrong.
I wonder what that therapy session looked like. It probably looks like the scene in Undercover Brother when they force him to watch all of the good decisions that Malone makes.
It's so true. I love Undercover Brother.
It's a really good Undercover.
Andrew
Bailey, the other one. He says, Booker and KD look unstoppable at times, but if the Nuggets shoot as well as they're capable of shooting, Phoenix might have a math problem. 3 is greater than 2 in parentheses, which I think the parentheses make the equation change.
If you
add
something
first.
PEMDAS.
Yeah, PEMDAS. That's what
we gotta do that
first.
first.
PEMDAS.
And
If the hot dog is worth
hard
5.
on us. 3 greater than 2 easy, but parentheses, come on. Sam says, Kel, are you awake over there? Sam says, Jokic been playing great. Aggressive defense in PNR could inefficiently be tied to fatigue and not just the wrist. Maybe.
No.
I don't. Yeah, you're
Nope.
right. Yeah, you're right. He missed all those layups.
Absolutely not. Plus, he had 4 days off going into this. Nope, not.
He missed 4 or 5 tonight that I was like,
No, not fatigue. No.
There's, he usually makes those as in 60%. And then there's, he usually makes those 98%.
Yeah,
he missed
no,
the
no,
98%ers
no.
tonight. Justin says, someone get a fire hose to spray Jamal. I was worried I was going to burn down in Ball Arena tonight. Hell yeah, Justin.
What a way to go, though. Out on top.
Oh, I
As
wouldn't have
you
even tried
burned
to get out.
alive.
Ray throws 2 bones our way. He says, Jamal Murray, a.k.a.
Maple Mamba. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. I think Kobe would love the Nuggets. Christian says, better start making sure I take off a couple weeks around June for this ship. We are truly the iceberg and not the Titanic. It's a good reference from the other day. I like it. There you go. Callbacks are great. Was that on this show or the other one, though?
I don't
Might
know.
have been from the other show, actually. Ben says, I love you guys. I love life. I love the Nuggets. LF,
Dude,
go.
our people are feeling it.
I love life.
They are in their feelings right now. It's fantastic.
They do make you love life, man. Colin says, graduated yesterday and drove back to Denver at 4:30 a.m. just to be at the best bar in Denver. Let's go, Nuggets.
Tom's
Vibes
Watch
Rebecca.
Bar.
I met him tonight, man. Tom's Watch Bar. I met him tonight.
Congrats,
I was
man. That's
sitting there
big
thinking,
time.
that's the best day ever.
Yeah.
That's the best
a
day
good
ever,
one. It's a
man.
good one.
Now you have to become an adult. Post Nut says, Eric already had the vision when KD got traded. Oh, that's your vision for the series, was KD's going to get traded. Not as interesting as a vision, though. Elliot says, I'm in the same room as you. Let me get that Rakia. Where are we at, Elliot? All right, maybe not true. Is this a joke?
I don't know.
Oh, there you are over there. All right. We'll get some
We'll
Rakia. We'll drink some
I thought his name
Rakia.
was Crystal.
No Look Yoke says, Murray is fire. Nuggets playing hard D. You are all sexy, especially Vogt.
Oh, yeah.
That was definitely Vogt.
Yeah, dude.
That was definitely.
He's like,
got you, buddy.
He's all, MPJ is the best player on earth. Vogt is so sexy, and being tall's overrated.
Flower shirts are number 1. Let's go.
Tom Cruise, the greatest actor.
Jacob says KD might request a trade to Denver before the series is
Oh,
over.
my God.
That's such a good one.
Ryan Green had an awesome picture of him watching Jokic's workout before the game.
What was he doing?
He's watching his workout before the game.
All right, great picture. Lance says, more wins means more money for Serbia trip. Hell yeah, baby. Want to go back?
Let's go.
I want to go back. This is Luke to your left. Nuggets in 4, baby. LFG.
Is that you? Oh,
You're to
Somebody
our
bet-
left.
Oh,
You're to our left.
we go all the way left around the wall. There it is. Dude, Luke is wasted, man.
yeah.
Looks like
Your other
so
left.
hammered
Your
right
other
now.
left.
Casey says, let's not get too comfy. Go out and take game 2. Do not let them steal home court from you. Still you do that and steal game 3 or 4. You have this, I think.
Hell yeah, dude.
Man, that was a
That
real-
really went, lost a little steam at the
Lost
end.
a little steam there. He's not wrong, though. This is the thing about the playoffs. You win by 50, you win by 1. You win by luck or you win by
win- yeah.
dominance. It counts as one game each time, and
one.
every game takes on its
one.
own personality.
Just one.
Laking Ball, the homie hater, says, I know I clown the Nuggets all the time. That's just because I am a Celtics fan. But Lord have mercy, that was a message to the league. I had goosebumps. I'll be honest, you guys want to know something?
Yeah.
When I went down, we ended the watch along like with 3
Early.
minutes in the game, and I went down to be with the people. I actually had goosebumps. I showed Johnny, our homie Johnny, like everybody was chanting and everything. It just high five. It was a love fest, and I was like, dude, look at this, man.
Dude,
my
I
hair's
slapped
standing up.
I slapped 500 high fives.
Felt so good. Felt so good, man. What else we got? 3 says, gonna start calling Jamal Matt Ishbia because he owns the Suns. Oh, all right.
And
Excited to see
because he
PHX.
owns a predatory lending service.
Hey, I love this one. Excited to see Phoenix fans face adversity. To face one adversity. I'm sure they'll take it well. I read that poorly. And
that
here's
was-
the- I
that
thought he
was
was going to
bad.
make a list. I
Yeah,
thought there was a list coming, but it
as soon
ended
as
at
the
one.
numeral came in,
All right,
yeah.
first of all, and then that was it. There's no second of all. I will
Like
say
it-
this, though. This is a team that has faced adversity exactly 2 times. In the finals where they lost, and against Game 7 against Luka Doncic where they didn't just lose, they folded.
Boy.
They folded like a bad hand.
I like
Laking
that.
Ball comes back. He says, no D-line tripping Jamal was never on Tatum level. All right.
Because I said that.
I'm gonna start making a rule where Laking Ball needs to give $5. He can't come in here with $2. I'm not reading it. Jack White says, this is Jack, 270 degrees to your left. Nugs in 3. Yeah, they're that good.
There we go.
Oh,
Let's
I
go.
like it. 270 degrees. That do it?
Oh,
Hit that outro music. Yes, sir.
Let's
yes,
go.
Sir. Woo! Guys, game 2 is Monday. A little harder to go out for game 2 to the bar, but I'm telling you, man.
Oh, it doesn't
if it's
matter, dude.
anything like it was tonight, why would you be anywhere else?
Y'all need to be here. This is the place to be. We're going to pack the house. We're going to get it crazy, even on a Tuesday. We got the club going up on a Tuesday.
Just one. I can't believe we got to do this 3 more times.
I
But
can't
you know
believe
what?
we get to.
I'm just saying, man. But game 1 could not have gone better.
Nope.
It could not have
Oh,
gone better.
I'm going to be drunk in a way that is hard to describe in 10 minutes.
Oh man, that police officer is going to have a hard time then on the police report describing the level of
I don't
drunk you're
give. I don't
about
give
to
an
be.
F. I don't give an H.
This is like whenever there's the cop cam video of a guy that gets pulled over for intoxication and they like sing Bohemian Rhapsody in the back of the car.
I'm just like,
You're like the evidence A.
Nuggets are my best friends.
Everybody, thanks for hanging with us. This was a good one. We are going to be back Monday with the pregame show, watch along, postgame show. You know where we'll be.
Oh, I'm tired already.
Hit that like button
Let's
on the way out.
go!